your custom solution to untangle any cable mess with frickin' magnets. That's a bold promise from LTT about their new magnetic cable products. In a world where cable management products are mostly a bunch of copycat solutions, it's refreshing to see a recognizable brand, let alone a major YouTube channel, shake things up with a truly unique offering. When Linus Tech Tips announced their own brand of cable accessories, I knew I had to get my hands on them as soon as possible. What's so exciting about this new set is they aren't just another set of tray, straps, or a box like I've seen over and over in the past. This is an innovative approach to cable managing your entire setup. Now, I've seen magnets utilized in cable management before, like Secret Lab's magnetic channels and cable holders, but these are not intended to take care of your entire desk. This LTT set, however, is billed as a full home setup solution. If you want to see how I rank all the most popular cable products, click the link in the description to see my guide. Let's dive into what's included in the $150 Room Solution Bundle. It arrived in a deceptively small yet hefty box, stuffed to the brim with, well, a ton more packaging. However, the reasoning soon became clear. Since all the magnetic components can be purchased individually, I assume they grab the required pieces from inventory and just bundle them all together. Also, they're quite hard to store and keep track of since they all connect to each other. So the packaging helps to keep it all in order. Here's a breakdown of what you'll all get with the Room Solution Bundle. Quite the magnetic arsenal to battle your cable chaos. Even before LTT's magnetic set arrived, I had already envisioned an alternate approach that would suit my needs better. I could see how their anchor plate's fixed position could prove restrictive for my ever-evolving desk setup, where cables like laptop chargers are frequently disconnected and reconnected. My solution? Supplement the system with steel magnetic strips designed for memo boards. After scouring Amazon, I settled on a couple different options to see what would fit between my desk's frame elements. Ultimately, 2-inch by 15-inch adhesive-backed bars proved to be the most versatile. I line up these magnetic bars side by side under my desk, strategically covering the prime real estate where I anticipated anchoring most of my magnetic cable guides. The adhesive backing allowed for easy installation, with pre-drilled holes offering the option to secure them with screws if I needed to. This adaptable setup gives me the magnetic coverage to stay flexible with my magnets. The best approach to any cable management project starts with untethering as many of your cables as possible and letting them fall naturally. Once this is done, you can begin mapping out the ideal routing and bundle points for minimizing the excess cable length. Once you have that mental plan in place, clear your workspace under your desk to allow for easy access. Determining the optimal power strip location is crucial. The power strip, along with your laptop or PC, serves as the nexus for most of your cabling. The power bar keys were a bit confusing to me at first, but their functionality soon became clear. First, you loosen the screw and then insert it into the power strip's mounting slot. Finally, spin the magnetic disc to securely lock it in place. Even my oversized power strip was easily anchored using 2 of these magnetic mounts. I added additional metal strips specifically placed for my power strip. With the power hub anchored, I proceeded to plug in all my devices. I selected the appropriate size cable arch along the way to corral each cable bundle into a tidy configuration. One of my biggest concerns when I saw what came with the Room Solution Bundle was how can this be a complete setup without providing a way to hide all my large power adapters? Also, where will all the bundles of cables end up going? The supplied power brick holders turned out to be LTT's innovative answer to the first issue. These involved using the included Velcro straps to securely lash the chunky power adapters against the magnetic plates. I found them a little tedious to put on, only later finding out that there was a better way of doing this. Using the small tabs on the power brick holder, you can connect the straps to make them easier to wrap. As for dealing with the larger cable bundles, the magnetic cable tie holders prove the best option. Simply feed the tie through the holder, then wrap it around your cabling, and finally anchor the magnetic base where you want it. The assorted sizes of magnetic arches work perfectly for attaching smaller cable groups tight up to the desk. I found I had an abundance of small arches. These were perfect for managing peripheral cables, like my desktop speaker wire, by routing from one end of my desk to the other. Linus Tech Tips shows one of the large arches being used for headphones. This kinda worked for my Audio Technica headphones, but they didn't fit great. And side note, I would use one of the anchor plates and place these towards the front of my desk if the headphones did in fact fit. My goal is always to keep as many cables as possible routed along the underside of my desk. This minimizes the cables traveling vertically, and I managed to get it down to only the power strip cord hanging from my desk. The pictures on LTT's site show many more cables going down from the desk, either going into a computer tower on the floor or another power source. If you do need to have several cables bundled together vertically, I suggest using an Alex Tech cable sleeve for a much cleaner appearance. After getting my setup fully managed, I realized I had a lot remaining. I paid $150 for the Room Solution bundle, so it got me thinking, could I have just bought the desk solution? Buying only the parts I used individually would have added up to $120, so not a great value there. To equip my full setup, that is only what I needed, I could have bought the desk solution plus a set of medium arches, which would have been $100. Honestly, what I have remaining from the Room Solution is almost enough to take care of an entire desk, so I don't regret the purchase. It's time to get down to the real questions here. Would I recommend the LTT cable set or not? To answer that, there's two factors I want to look at. Does it do the job of managing all my cables efficiently? 100% yes it does. I don't think I would have been as pleased with going with the peel and stick plates for each magnet, but with my metal sheets, I'm able to move my magnets all over for a truly customized setup. This ended up being a very easy and fast way to do cable management. The other big factor is how it all looks when the setup is completed. Here, I can't give quite as high of an endorsement, mainly because there's too much openly visible sticking down from the desk. It's not the minimalist look you'd get from something like a large cable box. If you think a box might be the right route for you, check out BTOD's Ultimate Cable Management Box. Before buying from Linus Tech Tips, I recommend estimating as close as possible what you think you'll need. That way you can purchase the correct set. Now, it never hurts to have extras, so I would always side on buying the larger set. I'm also really happy with how covering large areas of the desk with the metal plates worked out, so the extra $23 was well worth it. Remember, if you want to see how I rank all the most popular cable products, click the link in the description to receive the guide.